question is from Joy from Texas. And she says, how can I get my children to speak more clearly and slower when on stage? And this is a common problem. Sometimes we know the lines so well that we think that people can understand them. But when you are speaking on stage to an audience, it is always important to speak very clearly, because something gets lost which is why people on stage, like on a Broadway stage, theater acting is much different than camera, for TV, because that's really close to your face and you can be more subtle. But when you're speaking to, 1,000 people off of a stage, you have to project and speak bigger than life. And that's how people understand you. Too often kids on stage, they're talking like this and you can't really understand them. Even if you could understand them up close, you can't. They're mumbling, you can't tell. I had somebody told me the other day about a musical. They said, well, I never can understand what they're saying anyways. But they're really cute. And that was an audience member. So we definitely don't want that, because the message is in the words and obviously in the songs as well. So I think the more you can emphasize this with your children and say, you need to speak very clearly when people are far away. You need to act bigger than you normally would, and then it'll be how you want it to be. And the best way to do this is to have them do it. Say, you can either model it for them, or you can say, can you say that more clearly? Show me. Have them do it. And when it gets where you want to do it, have them do it 3 times. Say, okay, I want you to do it 3 more times so you remember how to do it. If you just correct something once, it's really easy to forget how they did it. But if you make them do it a few times, they'll remember the next time. And the key is the next time, if the next week they don't say it that way, say, oh, remember the way you were going to say it that I loved that way you said it. And then they say it that way. You never want to yell at them. You don't want to yell and say, no, you're doing it wrong, because then it becomes not so fun. But if you keep it challenging, like a challenge, like, oh, I bet you're going to remember what I said to do. Who remembers what I said to do? How you should speak? Something like that. Kids always want to win. So you can make it into a challenge. So just keep talking about it, encouraging them to speak more clearly, more slowly, and then have them repeat it. And then hopefully they'll remember.